So I'm doing video number 2, and I wanted to talk about Vyvanse, which is the medication that I was just put on, and I've only been doing it for 22 hours when I made this video. So I don't know everything about it. I'm still learning the symptoms, but that's kind of the point of these videos, is I want to log how it goes the whole time, and maybe you guys can watch as I learn new things and hopefully learn proper ways of saying things and proper technical terms, but also how I learn how to cope with binge eating disorder. So again, I chose Vyvanse with my doctor's assistance, and it's only there until I learn the strategies with a counselor that I need to learn for binge eating, and until I feel like I'm in control again. This is not going to be a lifetime medication. I hope so much it's not a lifetime medication. I don't know if it's my benefits or if it's Alberta benefits or Canada benefits, but it's free for me. Um, so that's a bonus. Now the thing about Vyvanse, and I might get the dates a little wrong here, but Vyvanse was created, I think, in 2012 for ADHD. It's an alternative to like Adderall and stuff. Then in about 2015, they seemed to realize that it was helping with binge eating disorder, and it cuts your appetite. And so then it was finally allowed to be called a binge eating disorder medication that cuts your appetite. That's like the key thing it does. It makes you not hungry. So I took it when I got home from the doctor at like 12 yesterday. And I binge ate because they said take it with food. And I was like, well, I'm home and no one's here. I have no self control over my food intake anymore. So 2 Pizza Pops and 2 Chef Boyardee cans later, I've taken this pill. And then the weirdest thing happened. The rest of the day, I wasn't hungry. Now, the good news is I was already eaten, so I wasn't like starving myself or anything like that. Definitely eating my amount of calories I needed for that day. But I forced myself to like eat a little bit of fruits and some potatoes and stuff to get some nutrients and actual fruits and vegetables. So that's kind of side effect number 1, is it cuts your appetite. Now I knew about this because I actually had heard of Vyvanse before from some people in my friends group. And they warned me that it can cut your appetite. In fact, it can cut your appetite so bad that you have to set an alarm to remind you to eat or to remind you to drink water. Water's not an issue because I talk all day, so I get dry mouth, and I love water. I have like 3 to 5 liters of water a day. I'm not worried about the water, but I will say it feels really, really weird to not be hungry and to be aware that I'm not hungry, because my hunger cues have been messed up since junior high. I always think I'm hungry. I'm hungry, I'm starving, I always need to eat. And I'll go more into that later, as how like that's probably a sign that you should talk to somebody and just make sure that it's normal. So I don't feel hungry. It's kind of weird because I've also noticed just today, which is day 2, where I would normally be sitting down and eating or going for a walk to get food. Now I'm like, I don't want food. I don't need food right now, which I've never done. I haven't done that in years. Usually I'm like, itchy Ben, go. So that's the first thing that it does. The side effects that they warned me about were that I might lose sleep. Again, this is an ADHD medication. I do not have ADHD. I have OCD. I do not have ADHD. And so you might lose sleep because you're going to get so energized a little bit and very focused on your stuff. And I will tell you, I got energized on the first day. So energized. My roommate came home and she was moving out last night. So I was like, let me help you. I'll help you. Let's carry stuff down. Like, I felt like an Energizer bunny that just couldn't stop. I was so good to go. So I was up till midnight, and then I fell asleep. Now, it's hard to know if Vyvanse is affecting my sleep or COVID's affecting my sleep, because I'll be honest, I usually stay up till 12 or 1 in the morning. binge watching TikToks and YouTube and falling down the rabbit holes of social media. So I don't actually know if that's why I stayed up. And when I woke up at 6:30, I woke up with so much energy, which I usually don't have anymore. Usually I'm like, can I lay in bed? I don't want to do anything. And I do feel very energized today. Like I was just debating if I should have a nap before making this video, and I'm like, I can't sleep. Now this is a really good thing, and I want to use it to my advantage, but it's also a really bad thing because my city's under like fake lockdown, aka we are under a lockdown. We should be under a lockdown, but our premier is afraid to say that it's a lockdown. So I even like wanted to go take the bottles out and get them done at the bottle depot. I was like, no, lockdown. I don't know what to do because I really want to do stuff. And I've already done a workout today. So might do another one later. We'll see. So those are the side effects so far of Vyvanse. There are other side effects that are very normal for most medications. The first one is you should always make sure that if you take a medication like Vyvanse, it's not going to interact with any other medications. You should make sure that watch like your bowel movements because anytime you're on a new medication, your stomach can get messed up. But that might just be a 1 day thing or for 2 weeks and then be totally fine. The other thing they said it might cause minor headaches. I haven't experienced a headache yet. But my doctor will be phoning me in 2 weeks to determine if it's working for me, how I'm feeling. So far, I feel great and it is working. This energy level is going to be something that I'm going to monitor because sometimes using ADHD meds when you're not ADHD can lead to other issues. Right now, it's working for me though because I was up and I did so much stuff between like 6:30 and 8:30 a.m. today. And it's just a little pill. You take one a day. He has me on a lower dose, so it'll help. And hopefully, within 2 weeks, I'm talking to a counselor, and I'm gonna go on Amazon after this, and I'm gonna buy some books to read up on this disorder I've had apparently for most of my life. I'm gonna do a third video of telling people that I have a disorder and a little bit more backstory about the symptoms that I've ignored for years about this.